What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Growing Up Hip Hop Season 5, Episode 10. So we start this episode off where we left off last week with them arguing and Brianna and Egypt is crying and she's upset and Eazy-E and his wife and a whole bunch of fool-la-la. Now, for some reason, all of this has turned around and it's all TT's fault. Pepper was like, TT got some explaining to do because she didn't cause all of this mess. Everybody's mad at me and mad at Egypt because of TT. And Egypt is upset. So I don't understand why she left like that. Why did she do that? And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This is so crazy to me. But then Brianna and Pep have this really weird conversation. Now, Bree, I was with you last week because I felt like you didn't do nothing wrong, and Aaliyah started it with you, and somehow they switched it up on you. But this conversation between you and Pep was really crazy. I didn't necessarily agree with Pep with the whole gavel thing, but it's her gavel. Who gives a damn? Like, it's not that serious. But Bree was like, I don't like the way you're treating my friend. That's my friend. That's my baby. And I'm like, you wanted to fight her 3 weeks ago. So, like, I can feel where Pep was coming from. Like, you mean my niece that I've known my whole life and you hated 2 weeks ago? Like, really? But I understood the point that Brianna was making. The point Brianna was making was y'all are treating her wrong and I really don't appreciate it. And I'm going to speak for her because she's not here to speak for herself. I got the point, but in true Brianna fashion, it just came off real extra, real over the top and very threatening. Pep was like, I'll tell you what. Since you seem to have a problem with what I'm doing and you got a problem with my gavel, because she was swinging the gavel and Brianna was telling her to put the gavel down because she felt like she was being threatened. Like, with all that, she was like, then, you can just go, you can leave. But you're going to have to see me again. And I'm like, Pep, really? Pep, you 60 years old threatening somebody in their 30s. Like, that's what we doing now, Pep? I'm exaggerating. She ain't in her 60s, but she knocking on 50. Come on, Pep. Come on. Then we have JoJo and Angela and Vanessa. JoJo's getting ready for his wedding. He's being fitted for his tux and his groomsmen. Of course, the girls kind of wanted to be in the wedding and they weren't asked to be. And I feel like this was a situation where JoJo was trying to be nice and not tell his sisters the real reason why they weren't asked to be in the wedding. Because I think basically his wife don't want him in the wedding. But he was like, well, I think she didn't ask y'all because she didn't really want to burden y'all. I think she didn't really want to put that on y'all. And I'm like, no, she just didn't want y'all in the wedding. Then Vanessa tells Angela and JoJo that she talked to Master P and he offered her a job. And they were like, well, are you going to take it? And she was like, well, I mean, it's a job. It's a paying job. Probably going to take it. And then she went on to explain how Master P flipped this whole thing around, that what Romeo said really wasn't that bad, and I think you misunderstood it. So now Vanessa's all in her feelings, thinking that she created this big thing out of nothing, and that's really not, that she took what Romeo said and blew it out of proportion. And I'm like, girl, Vanessa, I know you want to see the good in everybody, and I know you want to feel like, that you could save this whole situation. But one, you didn't cause it. You didn't do nothing. You didn't start this. That is exactly what Romeo said. You didn't misunderstand it. And like JoJo said, he was like, I don't even know why you would listen to, like, that's his son. Of course he's going to see it the way he sees it. That's his son. Like, and she was like, well, I think I need to go and talk to, him. And they were like, why? Why are you going to talk to him? Like, he said what he said. He meant what he said the first time he said it. Like, what? Why? Why do you feel the need to say this? Honey, then Vanessa got a little bass in her voice, honey. Vanessa said, well, I wasn't asking permission. I said, oh, okay. All right, well, go on, girl. Go ahead, that conversation. Back down to Vegas, we have Sam and we have Tyron in the kitchen talking. And Sam is basically trying to figure out, he's basically making all of this TT's fault. TT this, TT that, TT. And Tyron was like, look, I really don't want to have to take sides. I really don't want to be in the middle. But at the end of the day, this ain't all on TT. And I'm not going to let this be flipped around and be all on TT. Now, while this is happening, Egypt comes through there with her water, her glasses on, honey. She is hung over, right? they get to talking, and of course, Egypt is like, well, I don't understand the problem. I don't understand what the issue is. What was wrong with TT? Why did she do that to me? It was my birthday. Why me? Why this? Why? Then Pep comes out there. Pep asks for a Bloody Mary. Now, let me explain something to y'all. This was supposed to be Egypt's 21st birthday, meaning that legally before this, she wasn't supposed to be drinking. Now, we know she had drinks. We all had drinks before we were 21. I mean, let's just be clear. Anything that somebody tells you not to do, you want to try. Not everything, but y'all know what I'm saying. So I'm not going to sit here and act like Egypt has never had a drink before. But Pep ended up making a Bloody Mary, and she made enough for her and for what's old girl name? Egypt. Did y'all see how easily Egypt took that Bloody Mary? Like, okay, thanks, Mom. Thanks for hooking me up. And she ain't asked no questions. She wasn't like, what does this taste like? Why am I drinking this? Oh, my gosh, no, I got this hangover. I've never been drunk before. Like, she took that thing right in stride. Like, that's what her and Pep do on a regular basis, that they just get their morning hangover fixed. Did y'all see that? Okay, I know that wasn't a big deal, but that's a sidebar. Okay, so then they got to talking about they talking about, and the whole TT thing again, and Egypt was like, well, TT is upset because she said that because she said Sam was talking about her, but she talks about Sam all the time, and she never has anything nice to say about Sam. And so what's the big deal? And I'm just like, she said, and I'm not going to blame this on Sam. Sam didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, does this dude have nude pictures of y'all or something? Like, what is it that y'all can't give him any culpability? This man said that your cousin is in love with him, and has flirted with him or come on to him, and that is why she doesn't want you with him. And you're okay with that. And your mother's okay with that. And everybody's just falling right along with whatever Sam said. Then we get a little bit more information on this whole connection between Sam and Troy, her former hairdresser. So when they said Troy's connect, I really thought they were talking about Troy's weed connect. They were talking about his hair connect. Okay, cool. So Troy's hair connect, Sam used to work for Troy's hair connect. And come to find out, Sam was the one that told Pep that Troy was stealing from her. Y'all see how all of this is coming together now? Now, what he said was that Troy was charging Pep for Egypt's hair at night and then charging in the morning for the same job. So basically double charging her. But here's the thing. Okay. And he said that somehow or another Sam had privy to this. You guys, you mean to tell me that I'm supposed to believe that a 20-something-year-old knucklehead kid that happens to work for the person who delivers the hair, not the hairdresser, the person delivering the hair, found this discrepancy on the Amex bill? Pep ain't find it. Pep's accountants didn't find it. Nobody found this discrepancy. You didn't realize that this man had been charging you twice for the same service. Sam was the one that had to show it to you? Then it brings a little bit more validity to what TT was saying about that Sam didn't really meet up with Egypt at the gym. You knew who Egypt was, and you knew how to get in touch, find Egypt, and you knew how to catch up with Egypt all along because you were rolling with the dude doing Pep's hair. Like this, So Sam finally says, I think we just need to have a family meeting where we all sit down and we discuss it. All right, let me know how that works out. So then we have Dame and Boogie. Boogie showed up to talk to Dame about the situation with him and Ava. Somehow Dame starts getting into his business about what's going on with the house. And here's the thing. Dame Dash is a nasty ass fucking bully. That's what he is. He is a bully, and he's nasty as fuck. And I don't understand how anybody deals with him. he gets to talking to Boogie because basically he doesn't like the fact that Boogie is going into this business of opening up a halfway house. And here's the thing. It may not work out. It may not. But one, it's not your money. Two, he didn't ask you for shit. He didn't ask you for a loan. He didn't ask you for your input. And I think that's what really bothered him. And he didn't ask you for nothing. So he keeps trying to ask Dame, Boogie all these questions, and Boogie is like, "Why? I'm here to talk about Ava. Why are we talking about this?" So then Dame starts going off on one. I don't even like how you living right now. And Boogie was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, come to find out, Boogie, remember last season or the season before last? Shit, I don't remember now. Dame was supposed to be going into the weed business, and Boogie was going to work the business in Vegas. And because I remember thinking at the time, isn't this the same son that you just put in rehab? You think that's a good idea that he need to be around weed all day? But okay. So somehow or another, Dame and this dude fell out. But Boogie is still cool with this dude. And that's who Boogie is living with down in Vegas. And Dame is like, see, I don't like that. You know, you too old to be living with somebody. And you living with, you know, somebody that I have dealings with that didn't work out. And so basically Dame feel like his son took the other dude's side in the situation. And which Boogie probably did. But Boogie was like, because I know how the whole situation really went down. Like, I know what really happened. And then they brought up something about Boogie saying something about you paid him for beats and you wouldn't even pay me for beats. And Dame was like, I never paid him for beats. And Boogie was like, yes, you did. You told me you did. I never said that. Boogie was like, you a liar. Baby. Now, I know that some people have triggers. Like, there's certain things that you could call me all kinds of stuff. But if you call me X, Y, and Z, I'm going there. And I feel like that must be, for Dame Dash, calling him a liar must be that trigger. Because the minute Boogie called him a liar, baby, Dame lost his ever-loving mind. Do you hear me? Oh, he told Boogie to get the fuck out. Don't call him no liar. Like, he went, woo! So that was really bad. And Boogie said later on in the episode that him and his father ain't never fight like that before. But I kind of feel like they have, because I kind of feel like we've seen them fight more than that. But that's when you were getting high. Maybe you don't count that. I don't know. Angela goes speed dating. It don't work out. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting into this whole long thing about Angela and her speed dating. The closest thing she came to finding somebody that she kind of liked was one dude, but come to find out he was still in college, and she was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Vanessa and JoJo was there. I don't know who she thought she was gonna meet, with her brother and her sister there lurking over her shoulder, and everybody know who she is. So it wasn't even like, oh, I don't know who that is. Child, bye. Anyway, it didn't work out. And that was actually when Vanessa had the conversation with them about going to talk to Master P. But okay, whatever. Then we see Brianna, Boogie, TT, and Tyron meet up, and again they're just rehashing the whole situation that went down with Egypt, and that's when they find out that they want to have a meeting, a family meeting, and come to find out, I'm sorry, hold on. So I had to take that call. So they were at the table talking. I forgot where I was, y'all, but they were at the table talking. And what I thought was interesting in this moment, we find out is that Pep bought Sam a brand new car, but Tyron is driving TT's old used car. So you buy your daughter's deadbeat ass boyfriend a car, a brand new car, so that he could drive for Uber or Uber Eats or whatever, but your own son is driving somebody else's hand-me-down? And he was like, well, yeah, I'm used to it. Pep, I'm going to need you to really get that shit together. He was like, well, you know, when it comes to Egypt, Egypt is going to always have the best, even if it's her boyfriend having the best, because he's with Egypt. That was sad. That was sad. Anyway, but yeah, they were just basically saying how they need to hook up with Troy and get the whole 411, and they're going to have this family meeting, whatever. It's whatever. JoJo meets up with Bow Wow. Bow Wow's going to throw JoJo his bachelorette party. I mean, his bachelor party. Y'all already know that's a recipe for disaster. Bow Wow throwing JoJo A bachelor party? Yeah, that's not going to end well at all. Then, last but not least, we get to this family meeting. We got TT, we got Pep, we got Sam, and Tyron. And basically, it comes down to them, Sam going off talking about how everybody loves him except for her, and she's the only person that's in his way, and he doesn't know what it is that they need to clear up because the only problem is between the two of them. And he needs to just figure out whatever the problem is so we can clear this up. And TT was like, so, like, are you done? Like, are you done or not? So that we can, get to what the real problem is. And that's sort of where it stopped. I mean, it was, Egypt was basically saying she didn't understand. And what Egypt's thing was, I told you about something that made me feel uncomfortable, so what's the problem? Like, just deal with it and move on. And I'm just like, see, it's got to be more to this whole TT like Sam story, because you said made me feel uncomfortable. Last week, Pep said something about TT being naked. So maybe it is more to this story that has some validity, but I also have to feel like there was a better way it could have been handled, because it seemed like it wasn't an issue until TT found out that Sam was talking behind her back, saying that she liked him. Now all of a sudden TT did all these things to make him feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And again, maybe we only get, I feel like there's parts of this story we just not getting. I don't know. His whole bank account situation came up. Now, TT, I did think it was a little inconsiderate for you to talk about the fact that that man bank account was $300 overdrawn, knowing it was going to be on the show. But then TT brought up a good point and said, how would I know? How would I know that your bank account was overdrawn if you didn't tell somebody? Then Sam said something interesting again. He said, you know why my bank account was overdrawn? My bank account was overdrawn because I bought her ring. Then that means you couldn't afford it. If you bought her ring from a pawn shop and you still overdrew your bank account by $300, that means you couldn't afford the ring. Which means maybe you weren't ready to buy the ring. Which means maybe y'all don't need to be engaged. But he said, well, you know why I told somebody what my bank account was? Because I needed money. Then who did you talk to? Who were you get? Was it the producer? Were you borrowing money from somebody? Like, what was that about? It's a lot, I think, with this whole situation. And I think they're trying to, I think that there's legitimately some issues there with Sam, TT, Pep, Egypt. But I think they're trying to produce a storyline. And in the process of producing that storyline, they are leaving information out that we kind of need to know. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. That's where the episode ended. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.